Exactly, dude. And a lot of people struggle with that, like taking accountability for their actions, taking responsibility because they're so scared, so they blame it on everybody else. Like, what the fuck, bro? No, like you're the reason for your problem. Once you truly accept that, even
Yeah.
if you're not, even if I'm not, sometimes I still say it anyway. Like, no, it's because of me. I need to change me. Like, when I change my actions, my habits, and my mindset, everything else changes around me. Because honestly, bro, we're not like once we get in that victimized mindset, it's all over. We can't really create a peace in the external world if we don't have one internally within ourselves already. So once we do that within ourselves and create this peace within our minds, it doesn't matter if hell's breaking loose on the external world, we'll always
Mm.
be at peace, because we've already created that person that can actually attain whatever we were after. So we can take that person anywhere in the world and we'll be fine.
Yeah. Welcome to my podcast, A Place for Open Minds. The education that sets you free and where we dive deeper into consciousness, holistic health, and everything that has to do with becoming a better version of yourself. Here we really just go with the flow and the divine. So let's just start in. But before we start in today's video, I'm really happy to announce a new version of myself in the future episodes. So now you look to my older self, you look the older videos I produced. There's still value in it, but I just wanted to announce my new version of myself, my new podcast episodes that comes out soon. So stay tuned for that. And now enjoy today's episode, and also don't forget to like the video, review my podcast on Spotify, etc. It means the world to me, and share the podcast episode, the video with your friends, because as you know, I don't monetize my videos, etc. This podcast here lives from your recommendations. So now let's start into it. Finally. Yo, John, what's up? I'm really happy that you are here. And yeah, for the listeners, we start directly into it with the question, who are you?
Yo, what's up, bro? I'm John, dude. I was just raised in Simsport, Louisiana. Always raised in a good household, but just got deterred off the wrong path. But all I am is an offering. Like I always say, I'm an offering to the world. I don't even exist in John Kimble. I don't exist in my body or mind. I try to reach and push past the limits of our body and mind to try to reach a more spiritual soul level and just become an offering from above and give out and preach a message that I live by every single day that changed my life. So that's pretty much why I do this type of stuff, is to really preach the message out there because it's
Mm.
life changing. If you have something that changed your life, why wouldn't you go out and preach it to everyone else?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean also that question, you know, who are you is mm, not so easy to answer, right? Because the most of the people say then, their name, how old they are, and what they make as job or something like that. But I
Mm.
mean, this question can be really, really deep when we go in a spiritual sense, right? So when we go deeper into us, into ourselves, and especially when we work with our soul, we find more and more out who we really are. So, by the way, do you believe on afterlife?
My belief on afterlife?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, of course. Yeah, I mean, I believe it, because if you feared, like, I feared death multiple times in my life, and if you feared death multiple times, I used to not believe in God or anything, but the moment that I actually feared my life, the fear of God got inflicted in me, like I don't know, it's just something out of nowhere, this pinnacle in my life that really
Mm.
came to me and made me believe in him because I didn't believe, I stopped believing in him, and then let's just say I got involved in some like street violence or something. And then at that moment, I started praying to him. So out of nowhere, I just started praying to him. It's kind of weird. And then he actually caused a miracle to happen that eventually called them all off, and it saved my life. So that's when I really started to believe in him. I mean, if anybody's seen death or fear death themselves, then I mean, the fear of God will get inflicted into them. That's just what it is, bro. That's my beliefs.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, so this leads me also to the next question, because I think also your story can be really powerful, and everyone has a story, right? So yeah, let's dive a
Yeah.
bit more into that. So for the listeners, maybe someone can also a bit identify themselves with it. So yeah, from where you come in, and uh it's always, you don't stand up and just think, okay, now I want to become a mindset coach, or now I want to make that
Hmm.
and that. It's a process, right? And maybe certain things happened in your life, so maybe you can tell us a bit more about
Yeah,
that.
bro. Of course. I mean, yeah, I like what you said. Everybody's story is is unique to them in a certain way. Everybody has their own story, and a lot of people do have a shit ton of stories, but they don't like. They're too scared to tell everybody. They always keep it inside. But once we
Yeah.
really release everything we're possessing and tell our stories, then you don't know who can it affect. So, but yeah, I mean, basically, like I said, I was always raised in a good household, but I got deterred from the
Mm,
wrong people, and that really led me down to, like, it was drug dealers, basically. Okay.
yeah.
And I got involved with them, and that led to me like taking drugs, and then that has ultimately led to them, and I really got a bonded and really connected towards them, because every time when something would go down, they would always have my back, or he would always have my back, and be there. So that really grew a bond, and basically
Mm-hmm.
that just led to me and us stealing and robbing to get money for drugs, and then all that type of stuff. And then that led to
Mm,
just downfall after downfall, because the moment you do one thing and you don't really have a self-development process or system that realigns you, then it just goes downhill from there. You know what I'm saying? So that's
mm,
pretty much what happened. And
mm-hmm.
but it really started with the criminal route, and then that led to the depression and all of that stuff. But it
Mm-hmm.
all stemmed from there, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what's when we can dive a bit deeper into it, so because I think it's really powerful, to go into our story. So I have also my story, so what is also really powerful, and yeah,
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
so
Yeah, yeah. I'll just say this. Like, I was arrested for like possession of a deadly weapon, possession of stolen goods, possession of illegal drugs, stealing from police, breaking, entering, and stuff like that. Because we would do that, like I said, to get money to buy the
mm,
drugs. Because we was hooked on it. We was looking for an external solution that stemmed from an internal problem. When really all the solutions to our problems exist within ourselves. Once we stop seeking externally for
yeah.
a solution, then we can really seek deep within and feel and really self-indulge in the pain and use that as an opportunity for growth. And that's what I do now. But yeah,
Mm,
bro, I mean, the life of crime, it made me reflect more, and then I really saw the pain I was causing to everybody else. That's really what led me down the depression path, and then I started drinking, and then that's why I can't drink anymore, because the last two times I drink, I try to take my life. So I try to take my life
damn.
twice. Yeah, bro, because all the pain I saw was causing to everybody, like all my people, my moms and all them. And I was just like, shit,
Mm-hmm.
bro. I'm just, just disappointment. And I didn't want to face the accountability mirror and take true accountability for my actions. So instead, I drowned
Yeah.
that pain into, like I said, an external solution, like the vices and drugs and all that. And
Yeah.
then, so yeah, and I was just causing all kinds of trouble, on
Mm-hmm.
the in the external world, and
Mm-hmm.
so I got admitted into a psych unit because of all that. And then in that psych unit, they isolated me in this room with, well, they just me by myself, and they checked on me every 5 minutes, and they observed me through this window to make sure nothing would happen to me. I wouldn't seize out or anything like that.
Oh.
And yeah, bro. And then they even wanted to prescribe me to like rehab centers, therapists, and put me on
Yeah.
meds and stuff like this. I
Yeah.
refused at the time, which was probably a bad idea because when I got out, I got hooked on it again. But it was just one moment in pinnacle in my life where it changed everything around. It was when I was woke up off of a hangover on a couch. On my couch, it was
Mhm.
actually in the living room, and
Mhm.
I woke up off of that, and I just ran into the bathroom mirror, looked myself in the mirror, and took accountability for my actions. That was the one time I actually truly was honest and truthful about what I was doing wrong. And pretty much
Mhm.
after I did that, that's when everything changed from there. And
Mhm.
yeah, so when you're truly accountable and truly accept and you're responsible for all your wrongdoings, blaming it on yourself instead of others, that's when you can truly change your life, the trajectory of your life. And pretty much after that, I just ran like I ran until I couldn't anymore because I knew that always put me in a great state. And I don't know, it just something just told me to run. So I ran, and while I was running, my self talk was backed up by the
Mm.
person I
Mm.
really wanted to become. I was like, I don't need this shit. I don't need the fucking drugs, the alcohol, the vices. I don't
Mm.
need any of this. And after that, like I got just a moment of enlightening clarity, and that's really what changed it all. And that's what my program consists of, like intense
Mm.
physical action, getting your heart rate up, really getting the blood oxidation level moving, and it just makes you feel better, because it connects you to a higher frequency. And
Mm.
self talk is always directly backed up to the person I want to be. Every time I'm going negative, I realign myself with positive self-talk. Like, no, I'm just being a bitch right now. Like, I need to do something, push past, I need to hit the floor and do some burpees or something like that. So
Mhm.
that's where it all stemmed from, bro. And then after that, I was just up from there.
Yeah, yeah. So, by the way, how young do you was when you was involving in all of that?
I
So,
was
how
50,
young?
like, yeah. I think I was like 14. I know 14, 15 was when that
Damn,
was when
so
it happened.
young.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Pretty young. Yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy when we think about, when we just look out in the world and so much people, are in the same situation
Mm-hmm.
uh, than you was before, right? So how young are you now?
18. I just turned 18
Yeah,
October
yeah.
31st, Halloween. It was all set out for me. Fuck, bro. It was all set out since the beginning. Halloween, I was born. The devil's, no, the devil's day. The devil's day. No, bro.
Who knows? Who knows? It's the next day. No, but I think, yeah, also, when we just start to realize that we are the creator of our own life, so then we can really change. And when we ask ourselves the right questions, right? And just look in the mirror and see, hey, I can change it. I can change it. Only I can change it. But it acquires it just you need to be brave, right? You need to go through pain and just acknowledge yourself that you are the fucking problem. As
Exactly. Yeah.
hard as it is, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it don't helps to just talk so soft always, and yeah, you get this, and that's the fault from the system and
Mhm.
etc. etc. Sure, the system is in much ways fucked up. Fuck it, but doesn't matter. So we can change it, right?
Yeah, exactly, dude. And a lot of people struggle with that, like taking accountability for their actions, taking responsibility because they're so scared, so they blame it on everybody else. Like, what the fuck, bro? No, like you're the reason for your problem. Once you truly accept that, even
Yeah.
if you're not, even if I'm not, sometimes I still say it anyway. Like, no, it's because of me. I need to change me. Like when I change my actions, my habits, and my mindset, everything else changes around me. Because honestly, bro, we're not like once we get in that victimized mindset, it's all over. We can't really create a peace in the external world if we don't have one internally within ourselves already. So once we do that within ourselves and create this peace within our minds, it doesn't matter if hell's breaking loose on the external world, we'll always
Mm.
be at peace, because we've already created that person that can actually attain whatever we were after. So we can take that person anywhere in the world and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
We're, yeah.
Yeah, so you said also something in the beginning with the external world, so and the internal. Do you remember? So
Yeah, like
yeah,
probably it was, it was probably just that. Like, you can't you have to really shape your internal state of mind before you can shape your external environment. Like, yeah, different environments in the external world can help you change, but really, once you truly change yourself, then everything on the external world changes. Like you're not falling victim to everything, all the negativity that's happening in the external world because internally you've created the best person that you possibly could.
yeah. So and now I see you are really good in shape, so props for
Yeah, bro. It's
that.
Yeah, that is always it's
And
always the fitness is a byproduct. Yeah, being in shape, like that's where it all stemmed from, dude. Every single time some bad shit would happen, I would always feel like I'd have to get my fitness and nutrition right, and that's another reason why I do all this. Like I was when I got after I got arrested, I was like, oh no, I gotta get my fitness and nutrition right in order to really change, because
yeah.
if that wasn't aligned, everything else was falling off. I don't know. That's just how I was, bro, and that's what I go around. That's why it's life coaching, but fitness and nutrition is a part of it.
Yeah, fitness. I mean also when I wouldn't make fitness, when I don't, when I wouldn't found out that I can make fitness for my mental health, ooh, I wouldn't know where I would stand now. So without fitness, you have to make
Yeah,
something. You have to make something that pushes you, right? That pushes your limits, and that's good for your mental health. That pushes you through that, because from that comes the real mindset, the strong mindset. So you can't get the strong mindset when you're just sitting all day at home and just looking Netflix or whatever. So I don't say that looking Netflix is now a bad thing, but we need a balance, and that's so powerful. So you are so young and just know already, hey, you won't go in this direction. So, and you just focus on it no matter what. You just show up, and it doesn't matter how the results looks right now. So you anyway just push forward, and it helps yourself also, and just search the solutions internally, not externally. So, and then with the time, when we truly believe in ourselves, we know, we just know there comes a better future. So, but we just have to put the work in, right?
exactly, bro. Yeah, and actually, I say fuck balance, dude. Like I just work. Like I don't do anything partaking anything pleasurable within my life. I just do everything that's really purpose driven. Like I'll get no sleep tonight just to really fucking truly dial in on my content and everything and make everything truly like align with what my vision is and what I'm preaching and talking about.
Mm,
Like I
mm,
really like, dude, like honestly, like I feel no other fulfillment unless I'm actually truly partaking in actions that directly align me with forward
mm,
progression towards my future goal, which is
mm.
helping others and really just drawing them in to try to change their lives with everything that I know.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah. Do you hear it already from Stoicism?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, bro. Yep, yep, stoicism. I mean, I used like Marcus Aurelius and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, I love the those quotes. I mean, isn't it just whenever you're dealing with you're just reacting off of what you're actually supposed to do, not reacting off of your feelings and emotions, really reacting off of thoughts and logic instead. And that's another thing that another big thing. Instead of looking at a past problem and using that regret as fueling towards a negative feeling like depression or anger, like just use the past regression and that regret as your guidance to truly realign yourself with a lack of what you're lacking in your personal development or your personal character. Like
Mm-hmm.
look at everything that you're failing on in of being the best version of yourself instead of really focusing and exploiting your weaknesses. So I just use my past mistakes and that regret I'm feeling as a guideline to everything in which I should work on. Exploiting my weaknesses
Yeah.
instead of really truly focusing on the strengths. Because we have to be good all around the board, especially as men. So I just focus on my weaknesses,
Mm-hmm.
everything that I'm not doing, and try to strengthen that instead of
Mm-hmm.
relying base solely focused on my strengths.
That's a really good perspective. Also, a really powerful perspective, I think. Also, so much people say also, yeah, focus on your strengths, and yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
So, but when you consistently avoid these uncomfortable feelings, right? So, everything should be love and happiness, and like it is also sometimes, and I say this now really carefully, in this spiritual world. So I love that spiritual world, and so, and I'm to one I stand to 100% behind that, we as humanity needs that we come more into this topic spirituality, and just in touch with our soul and connected to nature again, and so, because we as humanity, the way where we go right now, it's not so good in certain areas. So for that I stand also, but sometimes it's just, the people don't understand really what it means to grow, that you have to go through the pain, that you have to go through that emotions, that you grow, right? So do you agree with that, we humans, I just try to explain it right now. So we humans have emotions, right? So, and these emotions are normal. We just have them. So, and when the negative wouldn't be here, we wouldn't know what the positive is, right? So,
Right. Yeah.
but instead of saying I just want a life that is much fulfilling for me, and just happiness, and so we go to the other side, and just say, all right, we just seek the uncomfortable and train our weaknesses. So I think this is pretty much also what you're saying, right? When you say focus on the weaknesses, right?
Yeah, it is. It's like the law of polarity, what you just said. You can't experience the positive feelings if you haven't went through the negative ones. And if you don't live it, some people, when they're going through a negative situation, they'll indulge all the knowledge and wisdom from these books and podcasts and all this stuff, but they won't actually apply it. Once they really apply it, then that's when they
Mm,
truly get the knowledge and wisdom. That's when they truly feel it. Like you can indulge it and listen to it, but once you can only truly feel it once you live by it and abide by it. And that's why at such an early age, I actually know all of these universal topics and laws and truths because I lived it, for those short few years. I just lived
mm,
it so intensely. I actually implemented the daily acts and habits that I learned from indulging in the knowledge and wisdom and the
mm,
reading and all of that stuff.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, so now I forgot what I want to say, so, but doesn't matter. We just
Yeah.
move on. So, um, I wrote me also there a question down. Uh, what what did you get arrested for?
Yeah, it was possession of a deadly weapon, possession of stolen goods, possession of illegal drugs, fleeing from
Mm.
police, and breaking and entering.
And when we go back there, what changed in your life? You don't just stand up, and for me personally, I know, because I had made also I done also really much shit in my past, so, and I
Mm-hmm.
just was in the wrong environment, and um the time when I was coming back out from there, it was when I changed my environment. But you just don't just change like that your environment, or I'm not sure. It's, yeah, you know, how was it exactly? So do you stood up this morning when you was lying on the couch with the hangover and just saying then, all right, now I changed my life? But how I changed my life? And do you search also then for other people, maybe also on social media, or I'm not sure, or just outside on events, or you know what I want to say with
Yeah.
that? Ask.
Yeah. Well, basically, so leading up to that moment, I've always tried to stop everything. So I would throw everything in the garbage, but then I would eventually get it out because there was no personal development process backing it up. Like I wasn't replacing anything of a lower nature for a higher nature. I was just trying to stop it all instead of actually implementing these acts and habits that realign you with the higher frequency. So I would always stay at a lower or a neutral one because I would always be desiring it. Because I wouldn't have anything to back it up. So I really started listening to, let's say, like this. He's my mentor now, Wes Watson. I started listening to him because he
Yeah.
did 10 years in prison and he got out and now he's, I mean, very successful. So I started listening to him because I thought I was going to go to prison for a long time.
Hmm.
So he has like a whole mindset page. So that's where it all stemmed from, was listening to him and really getting all of that knowledge and wisdom. And I always wanted to change, right? I always uh, like read and listened to all this stuff, but like I said, I had no personal development process to back it
Yeah.
up. And that, when your conscience calls you to do something, but you keep ignoring it and it magnifies over time and it gets worse and worse and worse the more you ignore
Exactly.
it. So I just kept doing that and eventually it just caught up to me, all these years of just ignoring it for so long. And I mean, that last time that I messed up, the last time that I fucked up and took all of that stuff and then woke up, I was paranoid because I actually thought that my parents found out about it and all this stuff. They didn't, but I thought they did. So I
Hmm.
was like, oh, this is really like, that fear is what made me stop because I got up off the couch and I was like, oh shit, really got to change my life. And that, it really was like an aha moment or a pinnacle in my life where it changed everything. And I had those moments before, but I didn't necessarily act on them. But that was the first time that I acted on them. So, but it's never just like straight up. It's never straight up from there. So I like after that, I would have times that I would desire that type of
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, and maybe I would fall victim to it or come close to falling victim to it. But over time, I kept implementing these acts and certain routines and systems that always kept me towards like a forward progressive mindset towards the future. And it really deviated me away from the path of the vices and desires. And it made me not really think about that type of stuff because I was so focused on the self development process. And
Mm-hmm.
but the main thing I'll say that really made me change was also boxing. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what everybody should have in their life, not boxing, but something that, like I said, forward progresses them towards like a far greater purpose in the future, so
Yeah.
they're not really ailed by anything in the present or the past moments, because boxing for me always kept me forward thinking towards like success, future success. So it kept me deviating away from really desiring the temptations and everything like that. So when I woke up off the couch, that's what I ran. I went run and I boxed. So because boxing always realigned me with the greater purpose in life. So
Mm-hmm.
it always kept me moving forward, always wanted and kept the desire and fire in me to move the goalposts forward rather than
Mm-hmm.
going backwards and running to the vices and addictions again. Because I always would think like, no, I don't need the vices and addictions because I need to stay focused on boxing. So that's what I say everybody
Mm-hmm.
should have, something like
Mm-hmm.
that to really focus on. So and realizing it's not all about you, like damn, like my people's gonna see me fail and fuck up. I made a promise to them and I can't even keep it and hold word to myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's also a really, really good point what you're saying. It's not all about you. It's not all about you. So it's, I say, now with all that development I made, so it's for the whole collective. And you know, we are social creatures, and we it's so fucking important that we support each other, push each other. And that's also really, really a big important topic, so that we just invest in ourselves, because we are the most valuable asset we can have. We can invest in crypto, we can invest in real estates and whatever. And by the way, it's also, what do you want in life? So, and what success means for you. There are also different life pillars: finances, physical health, etc., etc. So, but anyway, the investment in yourself is the best investment you can take, right? So, and when people are in a situation now like that, that they maybe have to go in jail, or maybe not that worse, so maybe just, in the wrong environment, and so there's always a way out. There's always a way out. And also, when you don't have money right now to invest in yourself, then you have time and energy to invest in yourself. It's the internet. Hey, we have so fucking much information. We have this kind of podcasts. We have books we can read. Uh, So much what we can make, and but we just have to make it. And also, like you said, you just make everything you can to push forward, to push towards your goals, right? Because when you don't make it and fall into old patterns, afterwards you feel worse than before.
Yeah, that is true, bro. That's so true. Every time, yeah, because you're failing to hold word to yourself. So confidence breaks each and every time. Even something simple like that, like a workout or something.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this leads me to the next question. So where can I get started on my personal development journey when people ask themselves this? So yeah, what is your tip? So
Oh, mine is just to really first like just focus on creating the best version of yourself through looking at everything that you regret either in the past or the past day and creating daily disciplines, little daily disciplines that build up over time that correlate to that problem or that past regret. So like let's just say
mhm.
for example, even something little like because stuff like that I'm dealing with it's not as big as it was. Like let's just say I gotta stop drinking. Like no, now it's either oh I really have to like track my foods properly. So let's just say my problem, it would be a little daily discipline like, oh, I need to track my foods better and I regret not tracking them. So let
Mhm.
me do this and that today in order to create, in order to really hit my macros on point today and string together perfect days that add up at the end of the year. So it's something simple like that, just creating daily disciplines that are correlated towards anything you regret in the past so you can just build up an unbreakable mindset over time at the end of the year. And that's what it's about. Like 1% better every single day. And podcasts, like you said, and all that, it's the informational age. Everything's out there. All this information, free knowledge and wisdom is applicable to anybody out there because it's
Yeah.
all a collective consciousness as a whole. Everybody's saying basically the same exact thing, just worded differently. So as long as you just look out there on the internet and find this YouTube and podcast, there's plenty of open wisdom and knowledge that you can apply anywhere.
Mhm. Yeah. Powerful, powerful.
Hmm.
So, this the next question I would have. So, how do I stop addiction? But I think this was already also in that question now, where I can get started on my personal development journey. But do we have to add something to that, or
Yeah, it's pretty
do you
much. I mean, it's just
you
simple. It's
know?
like, yeah, it's simple, not easy. So any addiction out there, it's all just. I mean, especially if you're idle, and idle mind is the devil's playground. So if you stay
Yeah.
idle and if you don't stay content, forward projecting towards anything in the future, you will always constantly be seeking these desires, vices, and temptations. in the past or something. You'll never be present in the moment because you're always seeking an external
Hmm.
solution for an internal problem because you're too scared to face it head on yourself. So and people do that through the alcohol and everything, but the only thing about that is staying busy with a personal development journey that truly aligns with yourself. Every time you feel like drinking or overeating, hit the fucking floor and do some goddamn burpees or something. Especially as a man, if a man's dealing with
Yeah,
that, no man should succumb to their own vices and temptations within their own mind. Like if a man, if I never understood, now overcoming me and creating the best possible version of myself, or trying to create the best possible version of myself, I realize now that I don't understand how a man could actually not like overcome what they're yelling and dealing with. Like if he cannot overcome his vices, desires, and his temptations that plague him in the back of his mind, if he can't do that himself, then I don't trust that dude. I don't trust that motherfucker anywhere, because a man should be able to do that. He has all the power and everything instilled within him. So the
yeah.
moment he stops looking at that anywhere else and really truly seeks deep within inside, and just realizes that he has a pair of nuts, and that he has, and it's his duty and his obligation to actually change that within himself. Like he has the willpower to. He just hasn't unlocked it yet, because the whole time he's just been, drinking and running to these vices.
But this leads me also to another topic what pops in right now. So with the what I see in the world right now, and this is a fucking big problem, and this is a fucking big problem. So first thing is the masculinity, because people think right now, not all people, but people think right now, yeah, or masculinity, that's all about aggressions, and so in this direction, that it's not good or something like that. But it's the complete opposite. A healthy masculine man knows what he needs to do, and it's just healthy. And in this world right now, hey, that goes so much on, and we have so much topics now. What I think to myself, it's so fucking sick. It's so fucking sick. Also with that white shit now, and I don't want to go into the topic because I don't want to share so much my opinion on that, because so much people makes this already. But and the other thing is also, for example, with me, when you don't grow up with a father figure that can really show you what it means to be a man in today's society,
Mhm.
and then you have to learn this on your own. So how it was with you with that topic?
Like really, people that don't have any father figure, or person that never really had it, they just have to create the man that they always needed in their life that wasn't there. Even people that have shitty role models as a man or father figures, like they still have to just create that person that they truly admire, and then that they have to create that father figure within themselves that wasn't always there. So let's just say not everything like for my dad was admirable, but I have to create that within myself, to replace that. And I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, dude, the only thing I think about masculinity is anything a man should be, like even from the beginning of time. It's just taking accountability for his actions, not blaming everybody else. But yeah, it is going in today's society, and it's starting to be like that, especially because everybody's too fucking comfortable. Like nobody really wants to do what's hardest for them, even though they know it's best. They want to do what's most easiest or most
yeah,
comfortable. Like especially in my school. Like I said, I'm still 18. I'm a
yeah.
senior in high school, and it's just crazy because
Hmm.
like not everybody's truly open to these universal truths and topics. Of course, not at this age, but like I said, they're always running to these external solutions and anything that's pleasurable for them, and they're partaking in actions and habits that they truly enjoy, rather than what's best for them, like I said. So I only
Yeah.
run into things that are purposeful within my day, that truly aligns me towards the best father and husband I can possibly be for my future family. So I don't
Yeah.
partake in anything that would deter from that. So I don't understand, like that's what my vision was this whole time, creating that masculine man or man that can provide and protect his family no matter what, like
Yeah.
for my future kids and future wife. Like that's
Yeah.
what my vision always was.
Yeah. That's powerful, man. Um, I always say the world is sick, but we can heal it, and then we have to start in ourselves. We have to start
Mm.
in ourselves. So to change our lives. And so we just have to keep moving. Just have to keep moving. So the next question would be what is your program about? But now we heard already out a bit uh, what is your program about, right? So, but maybe
Yeah,
you
bro.
want to add something to that question.
Yeah, bro. It's just a mindset training and nutrition program that, like I said, like that's the mid-level program. Is the mindset training and nutrition. I get people, and this is where it all stems from, the coaching. Like I never, when people saw me change my life, they came to me with their problems, and I knew I had
Mm,
the solutions to solve it because I overcame what was most hardest for me. So I just helped them out with their problems. I didn't even know you can charge for this type of stuff, and I just charged. I got just now started charging because I found out that it was monetizable.
mm,
So even back then, I didn't. I just helped them out with their mindset training, nutrition for
mm,
free. I mean, even people in India online, I trained. Because I just
mm,
wanted to help people. But yeah, that's pretty much what the mid-level program is, and the elite level program, and it's like $10 a day. It's like less than fucking $10 a day, and that's the thing, bro. It's like crazy. Like people spend more than that on their fucking mocha frappe and McDonald's every single morning. Like, dude, like it's but in a elite level program, it's like where we really dive deep into if a person is really struggling with an addiction or something, or they really can't overcome what's most hardest for them, that ails them every single day, like
mm,
within that year. Like if they're dealing with alcohol or we anything like that, that's what that program is about. We just create like daily action plans and disciplines and non-negotiables
mm,
that at the end of the year or whenever end up into like an unbreakable mindset. And it really helps them overcome everything that they're dealing with, just as I did for myself.
Great, great, great. All right. So all of that leads me now to the last question, what I ask always. What do you think humanity needs now the most, or the world in general?
It's more compression, like more just like right in the fucking face. Like you need to do this, like exposing and exploiting the weaknesses of everybody and everything in which they should do. Like this world's too comfortable now. It's made up of too much comfort. They're sufficing comfort for more comfort. They're trying to solve their problem that was caused with comfort with more comfort, which is not. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. Like the thing that changed my life was just massive compression. Like how do you talk to yourself when you're in the gym? You're like, come on, I gotta push this fucking weight up. Like you have that savage self talk. You're not gonna talk like so. Talk to other people that way. That's what
Yeah,
works. Like people need more of that.
yeah,
Nobody's gonna. I mean, people's been talking to them just so comfortable all their lives, just saying it's okay to
yeah,
be who they are. But if you don't like who you are when you look in the mirror, then actually do something about it. Don't just lie to yourself and say that it's okay to look and feel the way you are. Like honestly, love is saying what's truthfully honest. I mean, it hurts at first, but the truth hurts. And that's pretty much what we just have to accept. Like just being truthfully honest about everything that we need to change in our lives. Because that's what this whole world is, like people are too scared to share their fucking opinion because a whole bunch of pussies is just gonna come together and try to attack them with their opinion because everybody's just trying to run away from the actual solution that works. They're running away from what's most needed to be ran into. which
Mm,
is the actual problem itself. Don't run away from it through these external
yeah.
vices. That's the thing, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So uh, I see a lot of problems in today's society. So, and yeah, we need to change it, man. We need to fucking change it. So there's no fucking other way. So where we go when we don't change ourselves, where we go when we don't change as humanity and search always the solutions externally, and also by the way, when we just look especially now on men, today's society creates a weak man. And why is that like that? And yeah, maybe some people say now, oh, finish conspiracy theories, but it's just fucking it's just fucking fact. When you just look 50 years ago, how was the man there,
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
100 years ago, how was the masculine level there compared to now in today's society now. So there's a reason, right? And there is a reason why the elites, in quotes, or these big institutes who control a bit this system, there's a reason why they make all of that. And when you go deeper into holistic health, or just a better life in general, you see a lot what's going on in today's society. And the most of the people don't have the right education, right? And they just know, oh yeah, they want to change something, but they never don't change so much. And we just need to start to dig deeper, just dig deeper, and also be honest on yourself, on ourselves, right?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Just honest. Like that's all it is. It's taking accountability and responsibility for everything you're doing wrong. And dude, that's a huge point because there's so much comfort out here nowadays. That's why everybody's comfortable because they're running to comfort. It's so easily accessible. Like you
Yeah,
said, back then, years back, I mean, the only thing we had was hard labor and communication, like communicating with others in person, and that's all
yeah,
everybody needed. After a whole day's work, you had like good loving company, the family. I mean, that's all what's needed, bro. And that's all what people need now. But they're
yeah,
too fucking worried about everything else happening on the external world, everybody else's opinion on them because they're not validating themselves with what they truly do because they're
yeah,
so focused on everybody else's. Because I mean, like I said, it's the informational age for a good and bad reason. A bad reason for all the people that can't validate themselves with what they do, so they seek it from everybody else that may be going down the wrong path, but they think is right, or they want to choose it because it's a big group of people choosing that bad path in life. But rather than this
yeah.
one small voice that's telling them to do the complete opposite, they will rather listen to everyone else because they rather be validated with them. So I mean, that's just what it is. There's too much comfort to run to out here. There's too many options.
There's many options, yeah, and you also don't know for sure anymore in some topics what is really right and wrong. In some topics, yes, but in some other topics you have to make research yourself. You just have to make research for yourself. For example, also with your health. So, and I just want to add this now after the last question, what humanity needs right now the most. So, because I think it's fucking important, man. It's fucking important that we speak about that things, what's happening in society. So where the fuck we go as humanity when we just uh go forward like that, just walking blind through this world, and know, yeah, there goes a lot on and so, but don't actually looking then I think, yeah, we go in a really dark future. So we need to change it. We need to change it. So,
Yeah,
and all,
100%, dude.
yeah,
I was gonna say 100%. Like even in the psych ward when I was in there was no distractions, you know, because I mean you're just really isolated, and you're only like the only thing you have is what you brought in there, which was like a book or something. So I had the Art of War book that I was just fucking reading and reading like over and over and over again because that's all I really had to, let's say, entertain myself, you know.
yeah,
Because I mean, yeah, I mean that's just pretty much what it was. And then you were in this room by yourself, 2 hours a day, just and all I had to do was that I just read and exercised, like shadow box or something, you know. So that's pretty much all it was. And we was content as fuck in there, and we had so much peace of mind in there, even way more peace of mind than some days out here, because it was just so simple in there, you know. I mean, it was
yeah,
isolation, and there wasn't much things to do at all because you're in this like little block,
yeah,
but it was just simple, just read, reflect,
yeah,
exercise, shadow box. I mean that's pretty much what it was. And I mean I also shadow box because like you could get transferred to different blocks at the time, and some blocks fought a lot. Like there were just strictly dudes in there. There was no women or no girls allowed, and people fought all the time in there. So you don't know if you were going to get transferred into there. So you'd have to be ready. So we
yeah,
stayed, you know, mentally and physically ready because even in the lunchroom, people would cross paths and like we was on A wing and then E wing would cross paths, and there
yeah,
was like they always gave each other ugly looks, and there was like 22 dudes in the E wing and we was only two dudes in the A wing, so we would have got fucking smoked, dude. But you just have to be ready, and then that's the thing. If people just had simple, just if their day was just simply planned out with this shit, or they did like so much just to focus on themselves, at the end of the day, they were so tired where they just passed out on their pillow proud. Then I mean, there really wouldn't be any, there wouldn't really be any of this shit that there is out there in the world now. You know, it was just so simple in there. Just I mean, fucking talk to people, read, work out. That was pretty much it, and then it
mm,
worked. You know, meditation and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah. Much times it's really simple, but it's not easy. So, and you
Yeah,
just have
right.
to do the work. And yeah, so just be honest to yourself. And when you have now also just last words, then just, yeah, say it. And then it was a really, really good conversation to talk to you. I appreciate your time. And yeah, when you want to add now something, some last words.
Yeah, bro.
Stage
Yeah,
is
I feel it. No, it
yours,
was.
man.
Yeah, bro. No, I appreciate you for having me. Like I said, any opportunity I get to push and preach the message, like I take, because I mean, it's just what it is, bro. Like if you have something that changed your life, like I said, is you feel obligated to the fact to share it to everyone else. You know, because I had so much pain and caused so much pain to everybody throughout my life that I just feel obligated to the fact that I have to give it back to everyone else, just like you do. You know,
Yeah,
anyone that's truly been through it, just they feel like that's their only purpose in life is just to give back to everyone else.
yeah,
Yeah, bro. Because
yeah,
everything that, like I say all the fucking time, I say everything in which we wish to inwardly receive within ourselves is what's most needed to be externally given onto others. So if you if you give out negativity, that's what you get back in return. You know, if you give out positivity when you're negative, then your negative internal state will turn positive because that's just the energy that you're giving out. So the universe is rewarding you by giving it right back to you.
yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. So I appreciate your time, and also for
Of
the
course, bro.
listener, I hope it was a good interview. So let me know in the comments the top realizations you had from that interview, and then see you in the next one. Peace. Thank you so much for tuning into A Place for Open Minds today. I hope you enjoyed this journey. And remember, transformation begins with an open mind and a willingness to explore new perspectives. And something really, really important for me to say is, if you found value in today's episode, please subscribe, rate, and review my podcast for your favorite platform. Doesn't matter if it's now YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. Your feedback helps me grow and reach more open minds like yours. And I don't run any ads, etc., for an interruption free experience. And because of that, this podcast thrives through your recommendations. Stay connected with me on social media. All the links you find in the video or podcast description. And until next time, embrace the journey, trust the process, and continue striving to become the best version of yourself. Keep shining your light, and I catch you in the next episode. As you know, as always, here's much love and peace. Your host Felix Poyet. See ya. Peace out.